Welcome to the ADHD Fempreneur podcast, where we unleash the power of the ADHD entrepreneurial mind. I'm Kerry Fitzgibbon. Ladies, let's turn your superpower into success. Welcome to the ADHD Fempreneur. In this episode, we'll be talking about mastering Facebook ads the ADHD way. And the reason why I want to cover this today is that if you are in business, or if you're an entrepreneur, you need to market yourself. It's as simple as that, okay? And one of the best ways to get your business out in front of people is the world's largest social media channel. And let's face it, it's Facebook. Yes, there are tons of social media channels out there, but the number one to get the biggest results, and that's why the big brands are on there, is Facebook. Now, Facebook, they call it Meta. It renamed itself. It's very confusing for our brains, isn't it? Because I keep calling it Facebook. But Meta owns Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, and WhatsApp. So when I'm talking about mastering Facebook ads the ADHD way, I'm talking about mastering Meta, getting out in front of everyone, all your ideal clients, okay? So I have a 4-step system to help you with this. Now, I've had to develop these systems because of my brain, right? Otherwise, let's face it, I'd be all over the place. And, you probably would too. So I've broken it down nice and easy for you to be able to make money with Facebook ads without having to spend too much time, without getting bored along the way, and without wasting a lot of money. And the reason why I want to talk about ads specifically rather than organic, so that's free versus paid, is that the reason why I'm an entrepreneur, the reason why I started my businesses is because I wanted freedom, right? And if you spend all your time doing stuff, well, you don't have the freedom. So we talk about ads because you either pay in time or you pay in money. And you're best to pay in money so you have more freedom. Plus, we get there a lot quicker and don't get bored and distracted along the way. So here's to the 4-step system to master Facebook ads, even if you're a technophobe and even if you easily get distracted and bored, right? So the first step to make money, get more engagement, followers, lead, traffic to your website, and sales, the first step is you really need to find out who your audience is, right? Find the right audience, okay? Because you can have the best product or service in the world, but if you're showing it to the wrong people, it's going to fail, okay? So you need to figure out who is your people? Who are your people? Who is your audience? So that's the very first step, is figuring out who the audience is. And I'm going to talk you through that in a moment, right? But it's super easy when we use all the tools that Meta or Facebook offers us. The second step in the process is to take those people and then turn them into a community of raving fans, all right? The reason why we want to turn people into a community of raving fans is if they know, love, and trust us, then they will do business with us, okay? And it doesn't matter if someone else comes out cheaper than we are or the brand new fangly dangly whatever, right? Our people will be loyal if they know, love, and trust us. So the second step in the process is to build that community of raving fans. The third step in the process is to build out a list, right? So we want to build out a database, and we use Messenger to do that, and I'll be running you through that as well. And then the fourth step, which is what most people do first. Most people have their product or service, put it out on Facebook and say, come buy my stuff, right? That is called direct response marketing. Direct response marketing can work, but it's no way to build a long-term, sustainable, scalable business and multiple income streams. It might get you 1 or 2 sales directly, but they won't stick. And it's really expensive, okay? And that's what most people do first. It's almost like meeting someone on a date and saying, hey, will you marry me, right? Someone might, 1 or 2 might, but the majority won't. So we need to roll out the entire system, right? And do it as a process here, and that's where it works. So let's go into the first step in the process. So that's the audience. Who is your audience? Now, most people, when I speak to them about this, most business owners will say, well, I can be everything to everyone, right? Which is true for some, except that you can't market yourself that way, right? So you need to figure out, niche that down. And I use tools to niche down who my audience is. So when we're trying to decide on who our audience is, there's a little hack we can do, right? It's called the no one else would hack, right? So this is the sentence you want to use when you're trying to figure out your audience. Now, I know your brain's sitting there going, what? This is, do I have to do some more research and stuff? Yes, this is the research stage. And it can get boring. Again, if you can't do it, get someone else to do it. But we're trying to figure out who this audience is, and we're going to use that hack, the no one else would, the hack or trick, right? This is how it works. So let's just say you are selling golf clubs, right? No, actually, let's just say we'll use my business, marathon running, okay? So what I want to do is I want to complete the sentence. A marathon enthusiast would know who or what this is, but no one else would. So the sentence that we use is a topic enthusiast would know who or what this is, but no one else would. So like I said, in the sentence, I would come up with this idea. So a marathon runner would know what the Boston Marathon is, but no one else would, right? It doesn't fit because let's face it, most of you guys probably know the Boston Marathon. In Facebook, when we're running ads, we can target interests. As part of those interests, we need to feed them to Facebook. So if you had said, all right, my marathon runners would be interested in the Boston Marathon, and you told Facebook to show an ad to people that are interested in Boston Marathon, you're going to show it to a whole ton of people that Facebook thinks they're interested because maybe they've looked at a page about Boston Marathon, they might have talked to someone about it, they might have interacted with it in some way over the years, and Facebook goes, that's your interest, right? Therefore, you will get in front of a whole heap of people that are irrelevant. So when we break it down to people that are super interested, these are enthusiasts, this is where the no one else would trick comes in. So if I said a marathon enthusiast would know who Hal Higdon is and no one else would, that would fit the sentence. And I would say most of you out there will be going, I don't know who he is, right? He's not the number one, that's me. No. He's a number one beginner's marathon running coach in the States. So people that are interested in him, in Facebook's eyes, generally are marathon runners or want to be marathon runners. So that's the no one else would trick, okay? A topic enthusiast would know who or what this is, but no one else would. So what we do is how we find that is, if you're passionate about your business and your ideal target audience, you might know. You might write down some of the things that you're interested in, right? But another way you can do it is you can actually combine AI, we use ChatGPT and Google, okay? So you're going to go in and you're going to ask a series of questions. Now, I'm going to give you a copy of those questions in the show notes below that you can just type into or enter into ChatGPT, okay? So the questions are going to go along the lines of tell me about, and then, your industry, your business. So for me, tell me about marathon running. So you get ChatGPT to start typing about it, okay? Then you're going to ask questions. The things you want to know are, where were they before you? Who's the competition out there? What books are they reading? What brands do they follow? What magazines do they pick up? What apps do they use? What tools do they use? Is there anything really unique about them? Okay, these are the things you want to know, and you're going to put it in and you're going to get AI to give you the answers, right? What you're looking for. So when you type out these questions, so, what tools or apps do marathon runners use, right? As an example. And it will list, and sometimes it goes a bit broad, like they will use a running app or they will use a training program, right? You got to get it deeper. You got to go, all right, so who makes these apps? What are these apps' names and so on? And that's where the gold happens, all right? Dig deep, and you want to come up with that thing that fits the sentence. So to give you another idea here is if we were to talk about your target audience being other business owners, you would go in to ChatGPT and you'd ask, tell me about business owners, what apps do they use, what tools do they use, what magazines are they reading, what books are they reading, who are they following, what brands are they following? There's a whole heap of questions, and you're just writing down anything that looks like it's kind of a bit unique to business owners or to your topic. So for instance, with business owners, we'd be looking for things like Xero, MyOb, Salesforce. If they're an e-commerce business owner, we might be looking at things, like not Shopify, it would be too broad, but it might be WooCommerce. It might be, some of the tools that they use like MailChimp and Aweber and so on. All these things and apps and tools that only really they'd know about, right? And the reason why we want to come up with a list of them, and I know the research stuff can suck it, so you get someone else to do it. But the cool thing is, if you dive in and do it, it saves time further down the track. And literally with AI, you can get this done in less than 15 minutes. It's the ADHD way of researching, right? Put the questions in, I'll give them to you in the show notes, and then get AI to give you the answers. That's the first step. And you're looking for unique things, not broad terms. Then what you want to do is you go into Facebook, and Facebook is beautiful for its whole back-end system that most people don't know about. But every single one of you has, if you've got a Facebook account, can set up an ads manager if you don't have one. In the back end of Facebook and Business Manager or Ads Manager, there's this place that's an audience segment that you can click on an audience segment and you can go and search audiences, right? So you want to search these because essentially this is who you're going to put your business in front of, right? And you can put in the list that you've got there. So for instance, you would start adding in. So again, if it was me with my marathon running business, I would type in Hal Higdon. If it shows up as an interest, happy days. I select that and then I go suggestions. You can ask for suggestions in there and it will give me more that marathon runners might be interested in, like Hoka 11's a running shoe. Runner's World magazine is a magazine, right? With business owners, it does the same. You might be looking for some, it will go Xero, MyOb, Salesforce, WooCommerce, so on and so on. And you're going to select those. So you find them in AI, and then you match in Facebook, and then you literally push a saved button, and it saves that audience for you. So that is your audience. And like I said, the cool thing about this is that you're doing research for later on when you want to come up with, problems that your audience have that you are the solution to. Because here's the deal, right? When you're in business, your audience or your ideal buyers, they are on the internet searching for solutions to their problem. That's what they're doing, right? Whether they're on Facebook scrolling through their news feed and so on, they're looking for solutions to their problems. If you can target those people and then come up with solutions, then you start building your community, right? Which is step number 2 in the process. So the first step is just the research stage, and we make it nice and easy, the 15-minute hack for the ADHD brain. The second step is building that community of raving fans, right? That know, love, and trust you. The quickest, easiest, cheapest way to do this is video, right? It's putting a video out there, okay? So you want to know who that audience is, save it inside Facebook, do a video that solves a solution to their problem, right? And then show that video to your audience, okay? Now, the quickest, cheapest, and best way. But the cool thing about this, right, if you have a video and it's on your page, now this has to be done on a business page, not a personal profile. Facebook in the back end is getting data. Now, I know half of you out there is going, oh, data gives me hives. Yes, it does. Data and any kind of gives me hives too, but data makes you money. And there's really quick, easy ways you can read data to help you perfect your system or your ads so you can make more money. One of the cool things that happens when you've got a video on your page and people are starting to watch it is Facebook will show the demographics of the people watching that video. And we can quite often think we know, and you might know who your demographic is, but I've seen many business owners that get it wrong. They don't know their demographic. They get it wrong, and their messaging is wrong to the demographic. And I'll give you an example. I've got one client who is a tradie, and he supplies non-slip decking that goes around a pool, right? Just my Kiwi accent, you might think. So it's non-slip decking. It's called composite decking. Anyway, he supplies that. When we dug deep and he had a video on his page, we were able to see the highest demographic of people watching the videos were 55 to 65-year-olds. Okay, now think of it like this when we're thinking of our messaging and building our tribe. Those people need to know we understand them, right? So if you can get in their minds and you know exactly who they are, then you build that relationship a lot quicker and faster. If you know the demographics of your ideal client, here's what also happens. They relate to you. They go, oh, how did you know? Like, this person's speaking directly to me. And what actually happens also in the back end of that is if you're running ads and Facebook sees that people are interested in what you say, so you get more engagement, you're pleasing the consumer, which is what Facebook wants you to do, but Facebook needs to make money, so it needs its shareholders to be happy. So you're running ads, then Facebook will reward you and lower your advertising costs. So super important that you know your ideal demographic. Getting back to my tradie. So when people were watching his video, we saw that it was a 55-plus-year-old audience. So the messaging around that is more around, hey, make sure you get composite non-slip decking around your pool so you, and it was actually mainly males as well, so your wife doesn't fall in the water and hurt herself, right? Maybe the husband actually wants to push her in, but that's another story. Rather than if we had thought the demographic, which was a younger audience, so let's just say a 35 to 45-year-old demographic, well, the messaging around that would be make sure you get this composite decking so your child doesn't fall in the pool, right? So you see, knowing the demographic means that you can put the right messaging to that demographic, the right hook, in the videos, be the right solutions to the problems so that people get to know, love, and trust you. And it's so easy when you're running videos on Facebook because Facebook gives you all that stuff. So again, it can be done really quickly that you can find out who your audience is by running a video. And the video we put on our page, and then we turn that into an ad and show it to our audience, right? Builds much bigger, better relationships. One of the key things and problems that people have, and I have no doubt that you're probably the same, is what do I talk about in my video? Who would be interested in what I have to say? How do I come up with ideas? Well, our brains, ADHD brains, can probably come up with a billion ideas. But here's something that's even easier. Why not come up with video content ideas that solve a solution for your ideal audience to build that know, love, and trust? So what are their problems? What are they searching on? How can you be the solution to their problems? Well, that's easy, really easy. You use AI. And there's this beautiful tool out there that I absolutely love. And again, this is one I usually reserve for my high-end clients, but I want to share it with you today. This tool, and it's free, is called Answer the Public. And I'll put the link in the show notes. Answer the Public. It's a tool that basically it searches all the questions around the internet that people are asking around a topic. So you go to Answer the Public and you type in 1 to 2 keywords on your industry or on your niche, and it will come up with all the questions, the what, when, how, whatever questions that people are asking around that. You literally can get a year's worth of content in just 2 clicks. You can get a year's worth of content, in fact, and just depends on how fast your internet is, in less than 30 seconds. So content ideas, use this tool and you can come up with a whole 365 days of content in a short amount of time, right? And it literally gives it to you. So it'll give you all the questions people are searching on. Then what you can do with that, right, is you can take that question that people are searching. So there's a whole ton of them. You usually end up with hundreds of them. They have questions, they have prepositions. I learned what the preposition was recently, a little short, with, if, that, them. Comes up with prepositions and then it comes up with a whole keywords. But you can take like one of those and you can either talk to the camera, hold up your phone. I tend to love to go live on Facebook. It gets things done a lot quicker. I understand a lot of people are scared about going live, but to me, it saves a lot of time. So if I have to pre-record a video, typically it will take me a day or half a day to do a 90-second video, and I've done this for years, okay? I just get too much like a perfectionist, and I know us ADHDers, we can be a little bit like that. We can be a bit perfectionist. It's not quite right. Said the wrong thing. Oh, I stuffed up there and so on. So rather than pre-record, quite often I'll go live and do a live video, and it doesn't matter. It's raw, and I turn it off, and quite often I don't like it that much, but people do. All right, you're your own worst enemy. Get it out there. Right? So you've got the content ideas. Answer the Public is one of the places. It's one of my favorite ones for content ideas. So you just use that. You can then take that question that people are asking, and you can write a few notes on it. When I'm doing a video, I always write the headline of the video. I write the key points that I'm talking about. So catchy headline, key points, a question I need to ask people, so you get interaction, and a call to action. Just write it on some notes. I even hold my notes. Doesn't matter if you're holding them and you're referring to them, just keeps you on track there. So that's my little secret when I go live or when I'm doing videos. Or if you don't want to get in front of the camera, okay, let's just say you're a little bit shy, it's not right for you right now, there's other AI, right? There's a site called Lumen 5, which again is free, where you can put in, like you can take that question, you can plug that question into a ChatGPT. You can get ChatGPT to write a video script or a blog post around that question, or you can go and research other sites, find a site that's got an article around that question, and then you can plug it into this AI tool called Lumen 5, and it comes up within a click of a button, a PowerPoint presentation video that's based around that question, right? So you get a video produced in just a few seconds as well. So we've now gone from the problems that you're now providing the solution to the people you are now providing the solution to the problems that people are asking. You've now turned it into a video, and you don't need to necessarily be in it, using AI Lumen 5. Go play with it. I'll put the reference to that in the show notes as well. But it's a really great way of getting a quick video out there. It's not the best video in the world, but it's getting something out there to start building that community of raving fans. And the third AI tool that I've been playing with, which is out of this world, like this thing could possibly be dangerous, to be honest. There's a little part of me that's scared. It's a video cloning tool, right? AI tool that you can take your face, and you can do a short video of you recording yourself, and then you send it off to this AI tool, and it produces a clone of you, right? And then you can plug in a script into it. You use another tool. So the first tool it's called HeyGen, HayGen, HeyGen. Again, I'll put it in the show notes. That can clone you, or clone. There's other avatars and faces, and you can take the script that you've written in AI, you load it into this thing, and then you can record your voice in another. There's lots of them. My favorites is 11 Labs. Records your voice, and then you can get this whole clone of you that literally is not a huge amount different than your real self, right? And you can literally have your AI self out there throwing out content whilst you're sitting on the beach drinking cocktails. One of my favorite things to do, right? So no excuses to get content out there. But it's not enough just to get content out there. It's video content. I tell people 1 to 2 videos a week. That's all. I mean, you can do a lot more if you want to, but if you're time poor and you're busy doing other things, then 1 to 2 good videos a week, whether you do it, your AI does it, that are specifically to your target audience to build that relationship. And then we turn those videos and we put a spend on them. We turn them into ads, all right? And that's where we get in front of our audience and start building that massive, relationship. And then the third step after that is to take those people and build a database. I use Messenger and I give away something that's high value, low cost of delivery. So checklist, ebook, run a contest that's giving away your product or service, do a webinar or whatever that may be, something that's high value, low cost of delivery for you, and you build your database. So I have people, I have a system that I use through Messenger, and I've got some training in the show notes for the system to use Messenger to build not just one list, we're building 3 lists. We're building a Messenger subscriber, an email subscriber, and we get phone numbers as well, right? And it's all completely automated using Facebook's app Messenger with an app called ManyChat, ManyChat. And we combine the two and we build a database. And then step 4 is where the money happens. We make the sales. So we email out to our database our offer. We SMS our offer if you get SMSs, right? If you've got phone numbers. We send out a messenger broadcast through Facebook Messenger to our people and make an offer, right? And then you can run retargeting ads as well. And these are sales ads. This is the step, like I said, most people jump to sales ads first. But once you've built all that warm audiences, built that community of raving fans, you've got the database, you've got people that already know you, it's way easier to convert them. So step 4, like I said, is running ads, sending out emails, sending out SMSs, sending out broadcast messages. And most of this can be automated and built out. It's great for the ADHD brain. If you can't do it yourself, you get someone else to do it, right? And that is how you master Facebook ads the ADHD way. Once you've got that community, you've got that audience, they know, love and trust you, you've built your database, it's really easy to start making the money. And that's when you can scale your business and, turn it into a 7-figure business, which is fantastic and what we love. So if you loved this episode, you loved this message, and you want more of this, make sure let me know what other content you want. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you follow me on Apple Podcast and Spotify. Give me a 5-star review on Apple and Spotify as well. Would really, really love that so that I can keep sharing more of this stuff with you. And don't procrastinate on this thing. Go do it now. Otherwise, you won't do it. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.